You're tired, foggy, moody, gaining weight. When you went to your doctor and they say your thyroid is normal, but you have all the symptoms of hypothyroidism. What if it's not your thyroid at all? What if it's actually the hormonal changes of perimenopause? And your hormones are the real reason you feel like a stranger in your body. Well, in this video, you're gonna learn how perimenopause can mimic low thyroid symptoms, can be exactly the same. I'm gonna show you the 3 hormone pattern that creates fatigue, weight gain, and anxiety. It's a combo that never fails. I'm gonna give you 6 steps to balance your hormones naturally, even if your labs look fine. Plus, I'm giving you here an assessment to help you figure out whether your symptoms are more likely due to perimenopause or to your thyroid, so you can stop guessing and start healing. My client Martha came to me completely burnt out. She was on thyroid meds, working out, eating well, but still gaining weight. Her sleep quality was terrible. She was waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. every night and not able to go back to sleep. Her thyroid labs looked fine because she was taking her medicine, but when she tested her hormones, everything became clear. Her progesterone was rock bottom. Cortisol was super high at night, reason why she was waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. And estrogen was bouncing all over the place. It would go up and down and up and down. We concentrated on her hormones instead of chasing thyroid, and she finally felt like herself again. This video is part of a mini-series on thyroid and hormonal issues for women in perimenopause and menopause. So if you haven't watched the part 1, in that one, I explain why it is possible that your thyroid levels are coming normal, but it could be your thyroid still, even though your levels are normal. And in this one, we're going to talk about how maybe it has nothing to do with your thyroid and it's all about your female hormones. So I'm going to help you understand how thyroid and hormone symptoms overlap and why so many women get misdiagnosed. I am Karen Oliver and I am your host. I am a certified health and nutrition coach as well as personal trainer and menopause coach. If you like this content right now, please hit subscribe and like for the algorithm. Okay, here's what no one tells you. Perimenopause can create all the same symptoms as low thyroid. Let's break it down. In your 40s, progesterone drops first. No one talks about progesterone. Everyone talks about estrogen. But the first hormone to drop is progesterone. And this is your calming, balancing hormone. When it's low, you feel wired, anxious, exhausted at the same time. Sleep quality decreases, and it is pretty common to have panic attacks or anxiety attacks. Then, estrogen starts to spike and crash erratically. That roller coaster leads to mood swings, bloating, breast tenderness, and weight gain, especially around your middle, around your belly. And then the third one here, which this recipe that is super common, is high cortisol. Now that you're not sleeping well because of the low progesterone, you're craving sugar, your body starts storing fat, and is in survival mode. Your cortisol rises more easily and it stays high. And this is one of the reasons why sleeping is so hard and you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't go back to sleep even though you're tired. The result? Fatigue, brain fog, mood swings, trouble sleeping, weight gain, and these are all hormonal shifts. It is not your thyroid. But if you're only testing for TSH, you'll never know. Because like I explained in my first video of this mini-series, you can have normal TSH levels, which is thyroid hormone stimulating, and you can still have thyroid problems because it could be your conversion from T4 to T3. So how do you know if it's your thyroid or if it's your hormones if no one tests the right thing? You need to do a comprehensive thyroid panel to know that it's not thyroid. But today we're going to talk about how it can be all about your hormones and have nothing to do with thyroid. Okay, how do we fix this? Here are 6 steps that you can take to fix this. First one, you need to know if it's your thyroid or if it's your hormones, because you can't fix what you have not identified. Here in the description is the assessment that I'm going to give you to help you identify if your symptoms are pinpointing to thyroid or to hormones or maybe both. It's going to take you 1 minute or 2 to take this assessment. That is step number 1. Step number 2, track your cycle, even if it's irregular. Your cycles give you all the clues, even if it's not consistent. If you track your period, you can do it on a paper or you can use an app and you track the symptoms that go with your period, right? That is going to help you spot hormonal patterns and time your testing for supplements and make your supplements more efficient. I do that myself. I like it in paper, even though I'm very high tech. And after I have tracked a couple months, I can perfectly spot where my performance for running is better during my cycle, when my sleep quality decreases, where on my cycle I feel more tired. And I use all this information to plan my training, because I know when I am not recovering well in my cycle, I am not going to do my hardest training workouts. I am going to do more of maintenance. And when I am super strong and recover well, I am going to push it. That's just an example, but we can do the same for you. For example, for your supplements, I cycle my supplements depending on what my cycle tracker tells me. Step number 3, support your progesterone production. Low progesterone is a huge reason for anxiety, poor sleep, mood swings. You need to support it. How do you support it? Avoiding alcohol, especially in the second half of your cycle. Increasing your magnesium, your vitamins B and B6, and healthy fats, so your omega-3s. And you can use some specific supplements for progesterone support, like Vitex or seed cycling, if it's appropriate. Now, with hormones, the idea would be to test your hormones. And this is a pretty simple test that you can do. You get a kit, you do it at home, and you get to know if your progesterone is low, if your estrogen and progesterone ratio is good. But if you are only going to do it by symptoms, you can just try, keep track, start taking supplements, keep track of your symptoms, and you're going to know pretty quick if that progesterone support supplement is helping you or not. But you need to track. Step number 4, now we go with estrogen. Help your body clear estrogen. Estrogen dominance. It is pretty common, and what we refer to this is when the ratio between estrogen and progesterone is off. So you have estrogen dominance, and that doesn't mean you have high estrogen. It just means it is dominant in this ratio, okay? Both hormones could be low, and you can still have estrogen dominance. So estrogen dominance can cause weight gain, breast tenderness, emotional reactivity. You get very emotional about everything. You know you're having most probably estrogen dominance. And you can help clear your estrogen, so you metabolize estrogen. And sometimes what happens is you're not metabolizing it well. So you need to help your body clear it by eating cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, adding calcium or DIM. But to add DIM, ideally, I would like my clients to have a hormonal blood test before adding DIM, but it is an option. You can explore that with your provider. Drinking more water and increasing fiber to improve elimination. Step number 5, cortisol. You need to lower your cortisol. Chronically elevated cortisol blocks fat loss and disrupts your thyroid. So what do? Try morning sunlight and gentle movement. Morning sunlight, as soon as you wake up, getting sunlight It is important because it helps regulate your circadian rhythm, and this helps with cortisol. Then gentle movement, right? Something like I said, it is not high intensity exercise, it's just movement, but that can give you peace, ideally and around nature. Replace intense cardio with strength training or walking if you have high cortisol or if you suspect you have high cortisol. And then there's some adaptogens like ashwagandha, rhodiola, phosphatidylserine that you can use as supplement to help balance your cortisol. Step number 6, stop chasing the wrong system. If you are on thyroid meds and you still feel like you have hypothyroidism, don't concentrate on thyroid. There's nothing wrong. You're taking your meds, your numbers are good. You are a woman and you're 40, it is probably your hormones. So if your labs for thyroid say normal, but you still feel awful, it may not be your thyroid. The real issue could be your female hormones. So fix the female hormones first, and then your thyroid may start working better on its own. But okay, you're not doing any tests. Let's say you're just watching this video and you have all these symptoms. You're a female, you're 40, you are gaining weight, you're fatigued, you have brain fog, you cannot sleep at night. Where do I start? Start by taking the hormonal assessment that is down here. And if this feels like you've been going through all of this, you take the test and it is not diagnosed, right? It is just a test based on your symptoms, but it's going to give you a good idea. If you want to go further, you need to get some hormonal tests, and that is pretty easy. You can do it with me. I'll send the test to your house. You do it at home, and then we have a consultation, and I read your test and tell you what are the steps you can take to fix your female hormones. Now, you know that perimenopause can look exactly like thyroid issues. It can have all the same symptoms. And you know how to start taking the power back by concentrating on the right system, in this case, your hormones. In the next video, which is the last one of this mini series about thyroid, I'm going to show you what to do when it's both. So the first video was about how is it possible that it is your thyroid, even though your levels are coming normal. In this one, we talk about it may not be the thyroid, maybe it's only your female hormones. And on the next one, I'm going to explain how it can be both things and what to do if that is your case. So make sure you subscribe to get notified when I post the next video. That's it. I'll see you on the next one.